So I thought I'd give you an update on me trying to solve the Dayan Gem I. Now the reason why I was finding it so difficult was because it was actually jumbled. I don't know why I scrambled it for the first time with jumbling. If I had scrambled it on camera, and I'm sure I've not scrambled it on camera, then it would make sense that I scrambled it with jumbling, because when I scramble a puzzle in a video, I do like to scramble the puzzle as much as possible so people can see how it looks when it's properly scrambled. But I'm really sure that I scrambled this off camera, so why I scrambled it for the first time with jumbling, I really don't know, because I would rather give myself a chance and see if I can solve a puzzle without jumbling first, and then once I get used to it, then I'll try and solve it with jumbling. So I was thinking I would really like to try and solve this without jumbling. I wonder if it will still be difficult. I wonder if I'll be able to solve it. So what I ended up doing was I just disassembled this, and then I reassembled it back into its solved state, and then I scrambled it without jumbling, and then it was really easy to solve. I didn't need to use any algorithms at all. The solve was just completely intuitive. It's actually a lot more easier, when solving these two puzzles without jumbling. This is actually way more easier than the helicopter cube. When trying to solve both these puzzles with jumbling, this is way more difficult than the helicopter cube. I find the jumbling on the helicopter cube to be very trivial. So the first few times that I solved this, I would start off with a big face and then just kind of build things up around it, and then once I get to about halfway down the puzzle, I'll flip it over and then I'll do the rest of it. And solving it that way, starting off with a big face, the solve wasn't that efficient, because fairly often when I would put a piece into its correct place, I would knock another piece which is in its correct place out of its place, and that would happen a few times. So that just meant that the solve took longer. It just wasn't that efficient. And then I thought, I wonder how it will be to solve if I start off with a small face instead. And so I solve the small face, and then I build up around it like that, down to about halfway, flip it over, and then do the rest. And it's amazing how much difference it makes to just pick a different face. When solving it by starting off with one of these small spaces, the issue of knocking pieces out of their correct places, that doesn't really happen anymore. So I'm able to solve it a lot more quickly and a lot more efficiently. So I've solved this puzzle quite a few times now without jumbling. So when I next scramble this, I think I'll scramble it with jumbling, and I'll start off with one of these small faces, because when I was trying to solve it with jumbling, I never started off with one of these small faces. It was one of the bigger ones. So if I start off with one of the small faces, maybe it will be easier to solve. Maybe I will be able to solve it. I'm not really sure. But yeah, that is pretty much it. Thanks for watching.